Hello RC fans, it's a big me racing 393. A quick intro really for part 2 of my Tamiya Super Champ build, fighting buggy, but like I said, don't like calling it that. Anyway, here we go. I'm just going to show you. Why? I've never got any room. There we go. Oh, he dropped it. There it is. I suppose. Well, I don't know what you think about box openings. Hang on, I've got to move that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, box openings. What do you think about them? I mean, everyone's seen the SRB kit. But I've not built an SRB kit since I was probably about 12 years old. And when I got a Sand Scorcher back in the day. I never had one of these. I say they're exactly the same. They're not quite. But what I'm trying to get to is box openings. I think the important thing is we'll do a quick box opening because I've got some added extras within the kit that I bought. I think one of them I didn't need to buy, but I can show you the kit that you're going to know. This is the 2014 re-release. It's due out in the UK actually from the time of this video, probably about 5 days time. But I got this from overseas. The only reason being I was ordering the hop-ups. So I thought I might as well order the kit as well while I'm there. I had to pay a bit of extra. Like, the shipping wasn't bad, but the customs crap. But it is what it is. I still saved money actually with all the hop-ups and the kit and the shipping and customs. If you add all that together, and I put all the bits and pieces that I could have got, like from Model Sport or even MB Model, what was it? No, Model Sport. And when you totaled it all up, that was still cheaper by about £25. And I've got things. But I will start that again. £25 cheaper, including the bits that I could have got at Model Sport. Should support your local hobby stores, but one, it was cheaper. Two, I could get it now rather than waiting in 5 days' time. Don't think it's been in stock for a while in the UK. Don't know. I've not seen it. Not recently, but then again, I haven't really looked for it. But anyway, let's stop rabbiting. Let's open the box. We'll have a look at all the stuff you already know, but more importantly, I'll show you all the bits at the moment I've got, and I'll let you know the bits that I've ordered that are on their way. So I'll see you in a bit. So here we are. Tamiya Super Champ fighting buggy. Something I've always wanted, but never really, especially when I was younger, definitely didn't have the money to buy something like this. And this was a bit more advanced than the standard SRB, like, the proverbial Sand Scorcher, Rough Rider, Ford Ranger. They were fairly sort of similar, if I'm honest. This one was always a little bit different, and I wasn't aware of the FFPDS. I didn't even know that. I thought that was something that was on there that was recent, but from my understanding, it was on there from 1982 or whenever this came out. Free floating progressive damping suspension rear setup with transverse damper and large oil reservoir tank. I don't know if it works particularly well. I think it should have done, but being non-experienced, I've never built this, so I wouldn't know. But it's an interesting concept nevertheless. Now, box openings, as I said earlier, they're I'm not too bothered, if I'm honest, with a box opening. But you'll probably find it interesting to sort of have a look anyway, because I've got it here, and I'll show you the bits that I've got additionally with this. And I've got some other bits on order, which I'll tell you what they are in a minute. Right, let's get the lid off. So in true Tamiya style, everything's blister packed, isn't it? So I don't intend to get everything out. There's absolutely no point. But there you go. There's one of the things in the back in the day which you never really understood how important it was. When you, I suppose, I'm not a new box collector. Although you know, if you could only just see what I've got down here that I haven't built. The only reason is there's always something else to do. But back in the day, this was very the stable diet of Tamiya. When you get kits now that are just chucked in a box and sold, don't know. End of the day, they're going to be built. In my eyes, I don't really see. Well, that looks good. I don't see any reason to buy a kit to not build it. You go forward 30, 40 years, and there's still one like this. Things deteriorate over time. You know, if they're not kept in a cool, dry, not a damp place like a garage, or I don't know. What I don't knock people that are collecting, you know, kits in boxes, but because I've got a load down there, but they're not for collection. It's just because I haven't built them. But anyway, the only difference is, I think now I'm not sure. I've got loads of stuff here I've got to move, which you've probably seen after that anyway. Was this shell? Was it blue? It was blue, but was it painted, or was it a white sort of a white body shell that you have to paint? Can't remember. But this is that sort of really tough plastic. Now it's sort of quite durable. You don't have to paint that, but the box art is darker than what that looks, especially here in front of me. I mean, if you look at this, so what the box art is, it's definitely not that colour, like the fighting bit, but I'm not doing it that colour anyway. It's going to be blue. It's a different type of blue. So yeah, so that's that. We've got all the other bits and pieces here that are all blister packed. There's me saying it's not. I don't really think I should. I can't bother to get that out. It's the box with all the sort of the hardware in it. Silver can. I mean, it looks how I remember it when I was like in 1982. But I suppose you're more interested in what did I buy? What did I waste my money on? Well, it comes with an FRP chassis, but I bought the carbon fibre version. So we've got one of them. Nothing wrong with the FRP, but why not? Of course, nothing wrong with the Tamiya wheels, but we just have to go with aluminium. I think that's going to look really cool on this, because it's got what's it got? This. Well, that's aluminum as well, like the roll bar and, you know, the roof and the sort of the metal fin at the back. So that's aluminium, and I've got those as well. I mean, they look quite neat. They come with bearings. The front wheels and the bottom there, they come with bearings. I think the kit is bearinged, and I did buy, probably didn't need to buy these, steel bearings. No, they're from Racing. So I don't know. I'm always collecting bearings for some reason. They're not as back in the day, back in when this was released, bull races as we called them then, were like super expensive. But anyhow, I've got an aluminum servo saver. That should be good. Should be good. it is what it is, isn't it? Probably better than plastic. Aluminium spur gears, 2 different sizes. Because the motor can't be twisted in the gearbox, you're limited to what you can use. So there's one or two size different pinions, which will fit this. Now the DT02 slipper clutch, which I haven't got, does fit this with some modification to add a slipper clutch. But now I have also got some other bits. Where did I put them? Why can't I find them? It's alright, I have found them. Something you don't need to do, but I will anyway, because we've got some hardware. Stainless steel screw set. That's quite a lot of weight there. But anyway, we're not on about racing, are we? That's the bag that all came in. There's nothing else in here that I've got, but over here I've got a bag of bits, which I'll put down here and show my plan. I don't know how far I'll go with this. Now for my, I don't know, unknown, it comes with 4 spotlights, and they're in the bottom there. But these ones, I'm going to put, providing there's room, some lights on there. So I bought another one of them. I'm always doing this with my cars. Got some of these, and I've decided, I had a thought, but I don't know what it was now, but I've got orange lights to put on here rather than clear, and I might put an accent somewhere on here with orange. I don't know yet, to accompany these. I had a reason I went orange. I think the orange, because it's got red and sort of orangey sort of stripes, and I don't know whether that would go. There was a reason, I can't remember, but anyway, they're orange. It comes with an aluminium like rear roll bar. This, what's this? I think this is. Well, there's the, I think, pretty deep to buy this. Is the back aluminium? I think it probably could be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I have to buy a sand scorcher. I've got an aluminium rear crash bar, but I think it might be aluminium. I can't even see it in here, but I don't know. And this one is for a sand scorcher, but I think it will look okay. That's the front crash bar. I'm not using the standard Tamiya front bumper. I'm not a fan. Well, although it's very iconic, I'm not a particular fan of that. Now, because these are, I think they're generic. Well, maybe they're not. Maybe they're on the body, aren't they? But I did buy some others here. Can't see that, can you? So light fittings to go on. Can't really do the front, I don't suppose, because they're not part of the body. But I don't know. These ones that are in the kit, maybe you can put lights on. Pretty sure you'll be able to. But I bought some more just in case. They won't look very expensive anyway. So hey ho. Ball diff. Does it come with a ball diff? I don't know. I think I've seen that in there though. I was looking. Maybe there's a lot of this. I'll probably think, oh, I bought all this. Must have cost about over £100, and I probably won't need any of it. There's people out there that might think, don't buy this, don't buy that. Something different. I don't know if it will fit. Again, it's for the SRB. If it doesn't fit, I've got a Rough Rider in box down there, which I've never had. So that will get built. And there's an anti-roll bar here as well. Rear anti-roll bar. So I'll put that in there. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else in here? There's nothing else. I mean, I can't see any. I've got paint. So I've got paint coming. The colours that I want to do for the blue, I've got some. I think I've got some red there, but I bought some more paint on red. I bought some MCI decals, so they're the original with the original like Budweiser stuff on. That's from MCI, so they'll be here shortly. And I bought a servo to put on the front for now. electronic speed controller and the motor. Well, I'm planning on running brushless, but it's going to need a little bit of modification on the where the motor goes in, on the plastic cap, to allow the wires to come out. I think I did read somewhere that sometimes you've got to machine the case in. I'm hoping I need to look into that. But it'll be a brushless system, and you're probably thinking, you don't need that much power going through this. Well, I did it on the Grasshopper and it was great fun. What else? No, I think that's about it. What's the plans? I will run it, although it is, you know, we're in September now, so at the time of this video, so it's going to be heading towards shit weather. But that normally comes later on in the year. You'd be surprised, it sort of drags its arse up until Christmas. Talking of, well, not Christmas, but weather, 33 degrees in here the other day. During the hot sort of, we had much of a summer, but you know, a bit. 13 degrees today. The English weather is so, it's like England. England's alright if it weren't for the rest of it. Anyway, I'm sure you've got your own problems. I'm not getting all political now. What was I saying? Yeah, so I will run it off-road using the wheels that came with it, or the tyres, wheels and tyres, but I'll probably change and run it a bit more of a sort of a midget type thing, like I usually do, like a track car. So maybe find some wider front tyres, some flat track rear tyres with a hex. I haven't got that yet, with a hex adapter for hex wheels. Don't know. I know they do them. As in when it will be done. Well, I mean, I will start this. I've got other things going on at the moment, like projects that I want to work on. I've got a speedrun car, like I said before in another video, nitro car that I'm refurbishing, and now this. So don't do too much. I'm going to try and keep the sort of the content trickling over. Right, let's just put this back. So there you have it, my Tamiya fighting buggy, Super Champ. That'll be, you know, that's part 2 done, dusted. We'll get onto the build once I've got the other bits and pieces, I think. Yeah, and then I mean, to be honest, as it gets cooler and perhaps more rain in the UK and crappy weather, it's difficult to spray decent, especially when you got the outside. You don't have to spray this because it's already blue, but because it's not Lexan, you've got to spray on the outside, which means you're going to need like a good temperature to get the paint on. And sort of, as time goes on, it runs out. I mean, I could, to be honest, when I get the paint, I could paint it before I do anything else, couldn't I? Really, but I don't know yet. I think we'll wait and see. But I quite, you know, I'm looking forward to getting this built. It goes back to my childhood, of my youth, of which I could never afford. As we get older, they say you can afford more, but as the way things are at the moment in the UK, things are going up in price and wages are staying the same. Although I'm self-employed, I can charge what I like, but there's a cap where you think I can't really go more than that at the moment. But yeah, I think ultimately we'll get this built. It will look as original as I can get it. Apart from the blue, I've got a slightly different blue. I've got a different idea that I want to do with it. Anyway, we'll get onto this. I'm actually reading the box here at the moment, so let's read it with you. Let's just, before I go, it's interesting. So super fast, super stable, Super Champ, that's what it should say. Improved re-release version of the fighting buggy from 1982. Well, that's wrong because it was a Super Champ from 1982. 2.5mm thick FRP chassis and 1.5mm thick FRP the RC mechanism deck, because this was built for racing, wasn't it, back then? 4-wheel independent suspension with die-cast arms, yeah, and sealed gear case with direct drive. on the side of the box, on the other side, the ball diff was an option, so clearly it must fit. Free floating progressive damping suspension, FFPDS, rear setup with transverse damper and large oil reserve tank. High grip rear spike tyres, ribbed front for stability. Yeah. What should I say? What should I say with that? Good. 1982 again. I wish it was 1982. Anyway, that's enough. We'll see you for part 3 when we do the build video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want to see less content. What an idiot. I'll see you later for part 3.